When he tried the triangle, it was on, but it wasn't closed. Closed on. Yeah. Excellent. So these two are obviously being paid by the event not to shit on. I have no idea what I just watched. I didn't try to just a bunch of why is the fat one jumping up and down screaming for like getting given something? This whole match was stupid as fuck. And Brandon should be ashamed of himself. Yeah, what belt doesn't matter. Belt doesn't matter. He's a blue belt. The other guy's brown belt doesn't matter. So this was highly stupid, and I'm out that it's Brandon trying to keep his shirt and gives out belts. Advertising like this person, if you don't get a big Disney belt, that means nothing. Participation trophies, well, everyone leaves with something. So Brandon says that if you criticize Brandon, then you're criticizing too. Brandon's shielding himself. It's like using the Mendes brothers' status. But if you do research, you look back at what he's actually been doing. He was training and competing out of family self-defense. The number one objective of this, of all these places, is to get people to put their money in jiu-jitsu. It's not this competitive, like we're going to select someone that we think is great. Brandon thinks that he was the chosen. Brandon thinks that people saw something in him and wanted him, they recruited him. I mean, well, what a stupid individual. And no cauliflower here. How do you not have, if you're a world-class jiu-jitsu pro, and I'll tell you why there's no cauliflower here is because there's no grappling, there's no jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's him laying on top of something for Iron Man. And if he doesn't lay on top of something, it's simple. So I'm glad we were able to go over that and just get through that and speak to this next part because I want to start getting into some stuff. So Brandon got exposed in the video. And like I said, a lot of people talked about it, a lot of people congratulating him.
Have you ever seen somebody get exposed in such a manner? Where a nigga literally peel back every layer, which is say to stand on, and prove it throwing it away.
That is not what that video did at all. For the record, we're going to keep watching this on our way to have a fun one. But for the record, that video in no way, like, invalidated Brandon's black belt.
No, it doesn't invalidate his black belt, but
It showed you that some people have...
He might say he's discussing scared, afraid to say my name, so he's discussing my name. So I work with somebody in production of this guy, and he has to cover it with his flagship channel, legend. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they say 16 says all the time that he has the #1 podcast on the West Coast. So that's crazy that I am influencing the #1 podcast.
Let me ask you something. What is own nothing and be happy? It's not a future prediction, but a present reality. And most people are already living it. We've all seen that phrase, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy by the 2030 agenda. And it was supposed to be speculative, but it's actually happening right now in two very different ways. So let me show you. There's kingdoms being built right now. The kingdom of man is the system of most people live in. You own nothing because the state owns everything. Your business, controlled by the IRS, found state registration. Your trust, revocable, which means it can be undone. Your legacy, all of those lawsuits, taxation, political shifts. And you can smile for the camera, but inside you're perfect life contracts. This system wants you compliant, not free, productive, not sovereign. You play by their rules. You're the kingdom of God. Still own nothing. everything, and it's entrusted to you as a steward. Your business operates under private jurisdiction, not government rule. Your legacy, protected inside a lawful spiritual structure that can't be seized. You have peace because you're actually in alignment with something eternal. One version of own nothing and be happy is slavery, and the other is sovereignty. Same phrase, two different outcomes. So, how do you step into the right system? Well, this framework is called the Trinity model, and it's the foundation for real freedom. 508c1a structure that gives you the legal covering of a ministry.
Sorry, sorry.
I didn't say that question. So I made a video about Jiu-Jitsu Stolen Valor, a topic that was never discussed on No Jumper, but I'm constantly told that, oh, if you can't make videos unless it's on No Jumper, you steal their content. Well, it seems like I'm providing a lot of content for them because they didn't. I mean, this is all because of me. This isn't because of them, and I'm reacting to it. They're reacting to me. So I need people to understand. So I'm just glad that we can cover this finally, but I want to go into some war chief stuff, because this war chief guy is Brandon's number one. So Brandon was coping to all of the things I said about him. He was doing a live stream. He was allowing people from the audience to call in. And Jumpy War Chief calls in, and this guy's an MMA guy, former professional MMA fighter. He does kicks, he does punches, he flies.
That's why. Yeah. That's why. Trying to finish it. Trying to
Gets
finish it.
bloodied, everyone gets all bloody in that cage. This is what he does. He doesn't roll around in his pajamas on the mat. That's what Brandon wants to do all the time. But so this is what happens. So Jumpy becomes aware of my video, and then he becomes aware where Brandon can be found on the internet. He goes to his channel, he calls into his show, and he starts letting Brandon have it. I'll show you this. Look at this.
But you're speaking of Stolen Valor. Listen, man. Never competed ADCC. Never competed pro as a pro. Are you gonna keep grappling? Are you just going to keep grappling? Quit lying to the team. Let's set up the jiu-jitsu match. You're up here, and you'll never be against it. Hey, go to my gym. Where's the gym on? Where you tell me the time of the day? You tell me the time of the day. You can tell me the time of the day. Tell me the time of the day.
My Instagram in the chat.
Tell me, no. I want you to tell me the day and time right now.
Brandon's just talking over and just repeating himself over and over again like a child. This is someone who fancies himself an intellectual creator. Someone who's always talking about it doesn't just take over in an argument. Is extremely disciplined. Listen to this.
You can tell me the time of the day. You can tell me the time of the day.
So Jumpy says that Brandon is a goof and that he's reviewed all of his footage, and Jumpy says that Brandon is legitimately not a black belt at all. And Brandon takes offense to this, so they set up a match, an MMA match. And Brandon wanted this. Brandon was the one. This was Brandon's idea. And so what you're going to see next is you're going to see footage of Brandon going to Jumpy for this match, and he chickens out.
These niggas are Hey, Byron. I said, let's find out. So I put the joint down and fucking wrapped up and go out
So what Brandon's crying about is that he says that he was under the impression that this would be a large, professional, huge gym, when there's no way he could have thought that, because he was given a residential address to show up to do this. As soon as he gets the address, he should go, wait, this isn't a gym, this is someone's garage. Why would I go? But he did. And it was
after the fact. It was after he showed up that he decided to change out. It wasn't because of the conditions of the gym, it was because of the fear in his heart. He knew that he was going to get fucking beat up. So he's sweating like a fuck. I mean, look at his sweat. Look at the patterns of sweat on his clothes. He's nervous. So he wasn't sweating like this a couple minutes ago. All he's doing is standing around. And this is how you know it's nerves. We just saw him standing around, dry as a bone. Now he's literally on. Look at the seam of his shorts. It's covered in sweat from doing absolutely nothing. Imagine what it would be like for his eyes to have to deal with this when they're doing sex with one another in bed. He crawls into bed like this. He crawls into bed. The seat of his pants are just soaked in sweat and fecal material, and he's not even worked up yet. He hasn't even done anything yet, and he's just completely disgusting. So when they start getting busy, imagine the amount of sweat that's just raining down like this tiny sweat. That's gross.
What's up, the washing machine, the refrigerator, the TV. This is not this way. It's like the gyms and SoCal versus the we got concrete floors. We have somebody. Don't tell me what's concrete. Nigga said that they got it. I can't.
So why does Brandon talk about how jiu-jitsu is the best thing to ever know in a fight situation when you can't use it unless you're not on the There's concrete floor, I can't fucking do that. Well, why can't you do that? I thought that jiu-jitsu meant you could beat anyone up anytime, anywhere. What would you do if this was a real fight? And this is kind of a real fight. This is a grudge fight. Where do you fight someone without jiu-jitsu? Where do you just stand up and throw blows with someone? Is it okay with of course not? This is highly stupid. And Jumpy is doing everything and anything he can to make that he's trying to provoke this fight so they can get it underway because Jumpy's not scared of Brandon. He is like borderline this Brandon, he's twisting his nipples, he's slapping him around, he's calling him names. He's like, for the love of God, let's just fucking fight. There's concrete. And another thing, Brandon doesn't roll around and do jiu-jitsu. He lays on top of the guy, so if anyone should be concerned about concrete, it should be Jumpy. Not this doughy fucking, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I just hope this is all making sense for you guys. So yeah, so this is what happens. So I make this video, and it gets the attention of these guys, and then they call Brandon out, and then Brandon embarrasses himself, and his career gets further ruined, and it's all directly as a result. Shoot, so I just want to point that out really quick. So Brandon got the hell out of there. Brandon was so scared, he screeched his tires to get out of there safely. And the 16 of Nashua criticized him for this, like many others. And this New Hampshire cuck made this Instagram post saying that Brandon turned this down, and he was very disappointed in him. And so Brandon goes on to a quote, and goes to full coat on the whole starts talking about, I'll do MMA with it, but first we have to do jiu-jitsu, which is stupid. And punch.
Time limit, submission only.
But you're gonna get that. So what Brandon's saying is he wants to change the terms and he wants to do two different matches. He wants to do submission only, but he can't punch, he can't hit. You can only do what Brandon does. And then after that, they'll do the MMA stuff where you can punch and kick and do everything that Brandon knows how to do. And so it's the same thing. It's an MMA match, but first they're going to do jiu-jitsu. That's what Brandon likes to do. What Brandon was going to do is he was going to break the guy's arm into four-ohs, or hyperextend the guy's knee in a knee bar, or do something crazy to where there would be no MMA match. He wouldn't be able to fight if his arm is dangling from the wings. You know what I mean? So this is what Brandon was going to do. This is what he was planning. I'm going to fucking just play his shoulder. I'm going to snap his fucking This is what Brandon's game was. He was going to just follow me. But there was going to be no MMA fight because he was going to put a neighborhood aspect of build the days as you think
You would make him a swag shop for over 20, and I'm determined never to lose the value. This thing. My reaction video of horse driving is because of my response.
Just follow me. There was going to be no MMA fight because he was going to. This was his plan, and it's just the whole proposal is stupid. Why are you doing a jiu-jitsu only match before the MMA? All that does is give you a unique advantage, and even this domesticated crackhead agrees with me. Listen to what he said.
And whatever, guess what? If you have an MMA fight, right? He's still gonna get taken down the same way. In MMA, you can still submit and throw people first. So that's why. So you might as well just accept the MMA fight. Oh, right on. Okay, that's right. Anything with your ears?
It's just going through some things. He's just screaming. He's 40 years old, screaming about his black belt.
No time limit submission, only jujitsu match. Then, once honor is restored, you can MMA fight after. Bring your shit. Now you talk about this police, you got it. I'm telling you, Adam, this is a cloud chase. This is a cloud chase.
So Brandon is a giant. He looks like a fucking. Anyway, so yeah, so Brandon's career in telling people that he's good at stuff is completely. And it's because of me and jumping. This guy really made it. And I want to point out that I reached out to McDojo, like the guy that calls out big black belts and big champions. And I said, hey, I got a question for you. It's like he was very interested. And he looked into him, and he's just, I mean, no one really cares about a jiu-jitsu stolen valor anymore. That shit's kind of like 20 years ago. But McDojo Life does agree that the way that Brandon frames, the way that he words his knowledge, that he's claiming to be a black belt champion. We have McDojo Life review the footage. We did release with me today, so that's what are you going to say there? The community agrees with me. So that's pretty much going to do it for now. This was an old video that I just had to finish up because of legal problems. But I know this video is very late, but it's better late than never, and it's a Patreon video that may or may not be releasing on YouTube, or that bridge is going to, I mean, if Brandon makes a resurgence or something, and we may have to use this. But for now, I'd like you guys on Patreon to enjoy this video.
Let's get fiscal. Lesson 2, credit card combat. Getting your finances together? Learn to master your money with Credit Karma today for a stronger tomorrow. Keep yourself against generic advice, one-size-fits-all recommendations. Credit Karma gathers offers from trusted partners, helping you quickly pay down the cards and loans that are right for you so you can build those money muscles. Harness the power of Credit Karma today to win your financial future tomorrow.
Baltimore, where there have been protests all week following the death of 25-year-old Freddie Gray. Injuries sustained in his community has been a delicate situation, handled by the media with all the deft, not at all racist touch that they've become known for. Please watch as Geraldo Rivera greets someone as Russell Simmons, who is absolutely not Russell Simmons.
So, Kevin, how are you?
Okay. You do realise that when African Americans stand together as one, that doesn't mean they're all literally the same person, right? Honestly, I have to say, you would think a journalist like Geraldo Rivera, I'm sorry, that's my mistake. Not all people understand what you're saying. You would think a journalist like Geraldo Rivera, I'm sorry, that's Hall of Fame pitcher Rolly Fingers. Do we have a vote?